This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's podcast day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and I wonder, can I get to them yams? Sweet yams?
You can get to my yams.
Show me the way.
Me the way.
Because I got bills to pay.
Ooh.
With me, as always, is Cole Simper.
All my ops, be warned. I'm eating my veggies and growing big and strong.
I'm gonna get fucking, what is it that fucking Riff Raff says? My intention is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Oh, God.
Nick Lewis.
Cucumber accents the water in such a way.
Derek Reese.
He got us again.
And Angela Wooden.
It's time to get ready for Shriek Week.
With Nick or Treat.
Live. Oh, God.
Welcome to episode 174, Goodnight, Dark Knight. We are going to be talking about Batman Mask of the Phantasm and diving into the late, great Kevin Conroy. But first, let's get on with the nerd news. So, we had Survivor Series War Games. Fucking William Regal. I only know one solution for this. War Games. He had like an H, calling it Whore Games almost.
Why are you putting an H?
Cool whip.
War games? Oh, you're gonna watch War Games?
Why are you saying it like that?
Why am I saying what way?
Say games. Games. Say war. War.
Well, no, because when he says war, he would just say it normal. War. No,
Yeah.
War Games. War Games.
What a pay-per-view, bro.
It was dope.
I mean, like, there was not a bad match on that card except for Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
You know what? EO,
What a shocker.
EO Sky had a lot of botches.
Yeah, but she also was like the MVP of that match.
Like, she was rough though. Like, really rough.
Rhea Ripley's ass was out.
She
bro.
nearly fell on her face when she went to go up onto the top rope. Like,
Yeah.
I thought she was,
Like right at the beginning, right when she came in, right? Yeah.
well, like, and then several times during the match when she went to go do moves, and I thought she was like, what do they call her? Not the Empress of the Sky. What is it?
The genius of the
Oh yeah,
sky.
the genius of the sky. Maybe not.
I don't know. I thought, botches aside, she fucking stole the show. That fucking top cage moonsault, she hit that just right. I mean, it was crazy. But yeah, no, like 4 out of 5 for me. I think that was a really solid pay-per-view. Like Daddy Trips is giving us what we want, and it's a glorious time for wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Like, I like what they did with both of those matches, both of the whatchamacallums. What is it?
War Games matches.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like what they did with the War Games matches. I kind of wish they had changed it up a little because they had both teams with the advantage lose. Like, I kind of wish one of them had won, one of them had lost. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, but in that respect, they had the babyface team in the women's with the advantage, and they had the heel team
Right.
in the men's. So I mean, that's
it was the face team that had
Right.
the
vice versa.
Right.
Heel team in the women's, face team in the men's.
right. Yep.
Finn Balor versus AJ Styles was dope as hell. Mm-hmm. I loved seeing them two together, fucking duking it out.
Well, they know each other so well.
Well, I mean, yeah, Bullet Club in New
Yeah.
Japan, fucking ROH, TNA,
Like, which I've always wondered why they don't do more with a rivalry between them.
Dude,
Like,
and
I mean, because that only started what, 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, it was like super recent.
Yeah.
Like right when they had brought the Good Brothers back.
Right.
So, I mean, that was dope. The triple threat, I did not expect.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, that was rad. It was a solid pay-per-view. Like, if you haven't watched it, get on Peacock, watch it. It's worth it. It is worth it. It is.
Like, I don't feel like there was anything that was super surprising.
Yeah.
It was just really, really solid.
Yeah, like it was like the storytelling of that whole pay-per-view was just
Good old-fashioned wrestling.
Yeah. Like fucking nailed it. I feel like they
Slobber
fucking
knocker.
Slobber knocker, bro. I mean, seeing Becky Lynch come back
Oh, yeah.
was fucking rad. She looks great.
She does. Well, and it was so fun. Like, I'm glad that they got Nikki back to kind of her old
Like
shtick,
Sanity,
you know?
Nikki Cross.
Like,
Oh,
she
thank
was
God,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did that like within the last few weeks.
Yep.
And like it was so great. Like during the War Games match at one point, she just posts up on top of the cage and just sits there like smiling crazily down at the action going on, not participating, just like sitting there being crazy. And I was like, this is dope.
Because like right before she went into the cage, she like threw like 5 kendo sticks, 5 trash can lids, 5 trash cans. Like she's just throwing all this shit in there, and they're just beating the shit out of each other with kendo sticks. And she's just sitting at the top of the cage, just watching all of it happen.
It was so fun. I'm glad they got her back to an interesting character.
Word out of the press conference after is that Triple H is going to do away with these like gimmick live events, which is funny because he put War Games on Survivor Series, but like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber. Well, no, he's keeping Hell in a Cell, but like Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, like he might do away with those.
I like Elimination Chamber though.
I feel like, well, he had this reasoning for it, and I can't remember it word for word, but he was like, we want to promote more of a like a prize fighter mentality with like titles, you know what I mean? Like I don't fucking like you can't just go up to a wrestler and be like, I don't fucking like you, I'm challenging you to an Elimination Chamber match, you know? Like, like fuck you, I'm gonna fucking challenge you to a Money in the Bank match, right? Like they want more Hell in a Cell, they want more like Extreme Rules type shit. And I think that's where
so like instead of limiting it to certain pay-per-views,
like they'll be like, oh, we'll have a special Elimination Chamber SmackDown or whatever, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Or have an Elimination Chamber within like a premium live event, but not have it
be the focal point.
Yeah, because you know it always ends up being just the one match or the or the 2 matches if you're involving the women. And so it doesn't really feel like that's a Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Premium live event. It's just a live event with 2 chamber matches. So I feel like that's a good move.
Yeah, that's fine. And it makes it so that they can be more flexible and they don't have to go, well, we have to have this Elimination Chamber in this particular pay-per-view because this is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Right,
like
exactly. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be cool. And then once Roman drops the titles, I feel like they're going to, split them up again.
Right.
So you have a Raw champion, a SmackDown champion, because like just having them hold it is getting kind of boring. Like
it's so boring.
Like I love the Bloodline story.
Sammy's the only fresh thing about it.
It really is. Like it really is. Sammy and Solo really are.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Solo could be literally anyone.
True.
In terms of his role in the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I feel like Solo's got a lot more to give than that. And but yeah, no. So I've been over the Bloodline for a very long time. I'm still over the Bloodline. Sammy's the only thing that's kept it fresh enough for me not to just groan every time. And I still groan most of the time, but it's the only thing keeping it fresh enough for me not to just fast forward through it.
# bring back Ska Sammy.
For fucking real.
Oh yeah, dude, when they changed the theme song. I was so pissed.
Like I'm over Fidel Castro, Sammy.
Sammy Castro.
Exactly.
War criminal. War criminal.
War games, war criminal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you haven't watched Survivor Series War Games, please go check it out. It's 4 out of 5 for me.
Mine is very small because I had to scroll through all of the here's what's on sale for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which was like everything. But we are getting a new tank in Overwatch 2.
Oh.
Named Ramatra. And it says here,
Gesundheit.
he is a relentless Omnic fighting for the survivor of his people, combining various lethal playstyles as he transitions between his Omnic and Nemesis forms. And there's not that's like the whole article, besides it saying he debuts in Overwatch 2 on December 6th.
Nice.
Very cool.
So, how many of us have watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas event?
You know what? I haven't, and if you spoil it for me,
Oh, I'm not
I'm
gonna.
gonna fuck you
That's
up,
why
bro.
I asked. That's why I asked. No,
It's not too much Marvel now.
I know, right? No, it's so good. It's adorable as fuck. I mean, obviously, and by the way, this is actually the first MCU project in existence so far that has not had an antagonist.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't have some big bad in it. But like right off the get-go, there's a pretty big
Han
Like-
Solo dies.
yeah, totally. No, there's a pretty big reveal. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like not in terms of the MCU, but like in terms of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like it's a pretty cool little reveal. I liked it.
Is it like like an hour?
It's 44 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, I was like, I didn't even look. But no, it's a really adorable, good.
I
little...
didn't really have it on my priority list, but
It's very charming.
It is.
Very charming. So much fun. It's just a good time that you could only do with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
I'm at my binge watching Big Bang Theory point where I haven't seen any of what I'm watching, so I'm like tunnel visioned on that right now.
Bro. Fucking Big Bang Theory is always great. Big Bang Theory helped me through my divorce. That was like the first big series I binged while I was suffering.
In the thick of it.
Well,
Yeah.
because I was watching it and I was like, I'm in like season, I want to say 8 or 9, and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about the part where, spoiler alert, where Howard's mom dies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then it just happened in like the next episode, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this, man.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I had one quick thing that I wanted to talk about, and I don't really know if I have a fully formed opinion about it yet, but the Callisto Protocol, the new survival horror game that is coming from Striking Distance Studios, led by Glenn Schofield, the original creator of Dead Space. There's a lot of hype behind this game, and the problem is it seems like they are adding extra death animations that are locked behind the season pass. And Glenn Schofield immediately went to Twitter and was like, hey, there's nothing that wasn't originally in the game that's being taken out and put behind a paywall. It's extra stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I get that, but like, is that really DLC that we want? Do we really want DLC like that? Extra death animations? Like, is that really worth the price tag is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Well, I mean, if
Seems kind of silly.
whatever else is in it, like, that just might be like part of it, and then whatever else is in it is like the main chunk of it. But
Of course.
yeah, I don't know either. I was reading about that and everyone was freaking out, and then he came on and was like, wait.
The amount of backpedaling this man has had to do to defend this game, to stupid people that are probably not even going to play it. Like, you know what I mean?
They're just gonna bitch about it.
They're just gonna bitch about everything. I don't know. It's I feel for Glenn Schofield, dude. He's very obviously just trying to make the best product he can, because I think he actually does care about shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's like a genuine ass dude trying to make a cool ass video game, and I feel like I get that same energy from his team as well. Like, it seems like his team is like really dedicated to the craft and like wants to make this as great as possible. And of course, it's subjective, but yes, we do have to see what else comes with the season pass, how much the season pass costs, and such and such. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's not a great sign for me personally, where I'm like, okay, maybe just the base game is okay, you know? Which is what I was gonna do. Is it 60 or is it 70?
I don't know.
I think it's 70
next week, boys. So fucking stoked.
I might not be very present next week, by the way, because tomorrow the new X pack for WoW comes out. Oh damn! I forgot to tell Misty. I better make sure she's aware. What the fuck happened to my boyfriend?
That's funny. And do you have anything?
So I wanted to have a little update with my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet experience.
Yes, go on.
So this game is the first Pokemon game that has ever made me cry. It sucks so bad. I'm just kidding. No, no. There was a turn in the storytelling, which I actually am enjoying the storytelling when it's not hard crashing my Switch. That gets a little emotional, and so I think my journalistic integrity is telling me that I need to make sure to update that review and be honest with my feelings about it. So, yeah, it still runs like dog shit.
Right.
And it has come out that those who are emulating it on PC,
the Ryujin emulator,
are not having any issues whatsoever.
Yeah,
which just goes to show that
the hardware
with like a PC that has like middling specs at best,
right?
Like, so basically, the Switch just has outdated hardware, and I was going back into Fall Guys and Fortnite as well on the Switch, and they run like shit too. So I think it's time that Nintendo pumps us out a new console that can handle these new games, because it's very frustrating, and
right, or at least an updated.
I mean, that seems a bit weird.
I'm halfway there with you. 50% for me, the Switch is outdated. The other 50% is Pokemon Company needs to be held to a higher standard, because this is the same console that had Breath of the Wild, which is miles and miles and miles better looking than Pokemon.
Same with
and
Arceus.
Works better.
Well, and it's not like they don't know.
Yeah, Arceus and fucking Mario
Shield.
Odyssey.
Well, and it's not like they didn't know what the Switch was capable of.
Exactly.
And past Pokemon games run just fine. Like,
that's not true.
I never had any.
The open world ones were pretty bad, but
Well,
they're not as bad as this one.
Yeah. So Arceus and Sword and Shield, they had their issues. They didn't run great. They ran better than Scarlet and Violet, but also even Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or whatever order those go in.
Yeah.
They like. I saw a video comparing that top-down game to Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the remake, and there's just no excuse for Game Freak. Like, like comparing those two games, which have very similar styles, where those Pokemon games just look like absolute dog shit compared to Link's Awakening. I mean,
it's night and day. It's horrific. And I don't know. I just don't really want to let Game Freak off the hook. I kind of want to let them squirm a little bit because, man, y'all have been doing this for decades at this point,
and not only
it's
that,
time to change shit.
Not only that, they're the most profitable video game company out there. Like,
it's exactly what you said. There's no excuse.
yeah.
People are actually getting refunds for it too.
I hope so.
Well, and what's like, I saw a couple of articles about it, and like looking in the comments, I was actually it was kind of hard to find people dogging on the game like at all.
Really?
Like, people were really going to bat for it, which, I mean, I assume must simply just be because of the story, and the concepts and everything. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of white knighting for Game Freak, and I fucking hate it.
Well, and it's now the best-selling Pokemon game of all times. So...
Yeah, so it's like,
good
so what
luck.
the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah,
like,
good luck getting them
follow their money.
Yeah,
goes.
good luck getting them to see the error of their ways and fix things.
Well, I think it was like a fucking huge gamble to not include all of the fucking improvements that Arceus had. Like, bro, that was such a winning formula. Arceus is on my Game of the Year list, dude.
Oh, damn.
Like, and that is fucking weird for a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good and fucking befuddling to see that they just were like, nah. And, you know, like, the reasoning was sound, I guess. Like, oh, it's a mainline Pokemon game, and we want to keep those as, you know, and Arceus is an experimental Pokemon game. And I'm like, man, that fucking sucks, because I guess that means I want half of the Pokemon games you're making.
Right.
Like, I don't want... As much as that story sounds like it's great, it's... The performance snob in me is just screaming every fucking time I see gameplay. I'm like, just fucking put me out of my misery. It's horrible.
Did either Cole and Ange, did either of you see that there's a new Primeape evolution?
And it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's so
like
cool.
into a ghost type.
Ghost
he
fighting, dude.
Because like back... You know, originally where it said, you know, sometimes he gets so angry he can fucking die.
Yeah.
Like, that's so great that they, like, brought that full circle.
Yeah, he's fucking rad, dude.
That's so cool.
One of the coolest original Pokemon.
Annihilate?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, one of the coolest fucking original Pokemon I've seen in a long time.
It's dope.
Hell yeah.
Nick, did you see the image of it yet?
Is that him?
No.
I was like, he doesn't look
No.
any different. Is that him?
There, yeah, dude.
He looks like Akuma Primeape.
Yeah, dude. So cool. Like, dude, that's the thing. Like, that's the little light.
Yeah,
in the
dude.
fucking darkness.
Yeah,
of this
for
shit.
real.
It's like they have the fucking know-how to make cool
They have the
shit.
technology.
We can make him better.
They just don't, dude. And it's instead we get me right on.
Fucking man.
For every Annihilate, we get a fucking me right on. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
a
fair.
step forward and a step back.
That's fair.
Real quick, before we move on, Disney has gone forward with a new Alien movie.
Oh, shit.
No, like official.
Official.
If it's not Ridley Scott, I don't fucking want it.
He's
Take it back.
producing.
Ooh, I mean...
And Fede Alvarez is directing. He did the Evil Dead 2013.
Okay, all right.
He's gonna be the hugest boner. Holy fuck, no way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no
usually you just
way.
give him, like, halfies.
And he did the Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
Oh
Panic.
my god, I am so fucking happy.
Dope.
I just got goosebumps. That is so cool. What a talented motherfucker, dude. The 2013 version of Evil Dead is one of my favorite fucking movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, woo,
Hell
that
yeah.
is fucking rad.
Yeah.
You scared me. You
I knew you.
You had me in the first half. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially because producing doesn't mean, like, paying fuckloads of attention to or, like,
Oh man,
meddling with.
I kind of hope he just does like a fucking scary movie. He just like ignores the lore, doesn't try to build anything.
Right.
The
Just
article.
make a fucking dope ass alien movie. Oh, I'm so fucking pumped about this, dude. Fuck yeah,
Cole is
dude.
coming right now.
He is
God damn,
ejaculating right now. Yeah. No, and that's what the article that I read said that they were going to be fixing the Alien franchise.
So
Michael
pretty much
Fassbender is going to be nowhere fucking near.
Probably.
Which sucks, because the whole David thing was really cool until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was until he made the alien.
Yeah.
It's like,
Until he almost had sex with himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The sexual tension between Michael Fassbender and Michael Fassbender was, you could cut it with a knife. But, man.
Yeah, just wanted to throw
God
that in
damn,
there.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's dope.
My whole fucking day was just made. Dude.
Thought that
Can't
might
wait.
tickle your fancy.
You know, we're going to see that movie in 10 years.
Before we get into the subject of the hour, if you're listening on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible. That's the best way to do that. Also, we have a Reddit, r/Nerdcore podcast. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Tell us we're great. Tell us we suck. Just talk to us. Cole is ready to argue with you.
Still here.
Undefeated. By the way.
Undefeated at the top of this body of, or this hill of corpses.
Undeyeated.
That's right.
Yay, men.
Yeah, man.
Or you could even undefeated.
24.
Undefeated.
Did you see his campaign video?
Fuck.
It's so fucking rad.
God, man.
Pen me in.
If you love us and want to support what we do, consider subscribing on Patreon, patreon.com/Nerdcourt Podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/Nerdcourt Podcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. So, without further ado, Batman.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Mask of the Phantasm. Brrrrum.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Bro, this movie, I remember watching this movie as a kid and just being fucking awestruck at all the crazy shit that was going on in that fucking movie.
I don't remember watching it like as a kid. Like I very, very well remember watching the animated series, but I don't know if I ever watched the movie. I might have, but
Now, I know I did not watch the movie as a kid. Like, I definitely did not. And so it was really fun for me to go back and watch this. And I actually watched it a couple times, because the first time I watched it, I was kind of distracted. And with them going back and forth in time, like,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is even happening right now?
It's kind of unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ruined this tape as a kid
Oh, really?
because I watched it so many times. Mask of the Phantasm is my favorite Batman movie. I would say, I would go as far to say that it is the best piece of Batman movie.
I'd call it this, and it's funny because this was the movie that kicked off the DC animated universe.
Okay.
Like anything that followed after this, Superman, The Flash, the root is Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Now, and this came out after the Batman the Animated Series had started, right?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
hands down, I'm just gonna get this out the gate right now. The best part in the movie is when Bruce is at the party and the two women are hanging all over. She's like, "You're never gonna get married," and the fucking black chick says, "Don't say the N-word around Bruce. It makes him nervous."
M-word.
She said M?
Yeah.
I thought she was saying N for
But
never.
dude, don't you even think that didn't immediately catch
I thought
with me.
she-
I was
so-
like, yo.
So I thought she said N for never because the one chick comes up and says I for engagement. So I'm like, maybe she
Yeah.
like fucked that up or whatever. But I was like, what?
the subtitle says M word. It's
Well, that makes more sense. But when
Yeah.
I heard it, I was like,
I was like, and Angela looked at me too, and we looked. It was like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you guys catch the woman with the black eyes? Just like the
It's
black...
it was the Chinese lady at that point, or it's
In that
Oriental lady, but
oh,
it's-
she's the one that says I for engagement.
yeah. So
Yeah, she
instead
just
of
has
just
these
giving
black
her normal
holes.
eyes, they're just black eyes.
That's fucking great.
Wow.
But
Racism didn't exist in 1996. Apparently.
this movie is pretty like it's incredibly written. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like the dialogue in this was so witty and fast,
And the animation.
That animation style is
gorgeous,
so iconic
drop dead gorgeous
to Batman.
Yeah.
Like,
The animation in the animated series in this movie actually draws from Tim Burton's Batman movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something super special, and we talked about this on our animated series episode where the animation style is the cells were drawn on black like cardstock paper, and just like everything else was just shapes on top of that. So, like, you get all of these dark set pieces and, like, all of these, like, black just areas because it's really just how the paper is. And so they're just drawing these cell animations.
Okay.
Fucking so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, the dollies through the city, like with the 3D models, looks awful today. But as a kid, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, and that weird font that they use for that style, for that era of Batman is so very nostalgic.
Oh, yeah.
So you actually can... I'm pretty sure they used that same font in the first Addams Family movie that Tim Burton did.
Okay.
Like the opening credits.
Yeah.
It's like, it's either the exact same or it's like very, very similar.
Well, and it was the same as Batman the Animated Series, font,
Yep.
right?
You're
yeah.
right.
Like, I mean, it's just so Batman. I mean, like,
It is.
I've never seen anything else with that font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, even if I did, my first thought would be fucking Batman.
That's the
animated
Batman
series.
font. Yeah.
I was telling Cole yesterday, I was like, I've never seen this movie, but I remember seeing the trailer for this because I remember the font specifically because I thought the font was so cool from the Free Willy VHS tape.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Holy shit.
That's great. Well, and it's so cool because, like, the font is, to me, the written equivalent of the art direction in terms of, like, everything is simple but striking. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, it's just so stylish yet so, like, not busy or flowery or, you know, attempting to be some big ornate thing.
Right. No, I agree.
It's bold for its simplicity.
Yeah, totally.
The main story is a little predictable. Like Angela called it, like halfway through the movie.
Yeah,
And-
I'm like, so she's the bad guy, right? And he's like, no.
I don't want to fucking ruin it.
And I was like, okay, but I'm pretty sure she's the bad guy. And
I mean,
he's
it's pretty obvious. Like,
Right.
I was kind of, I'm a little taken back by like the violence in it, and
Right. It's very
like
violent
and the death in it, and
very
and
sexual. Like,
it's pretty sexual. Yeah, like
Like
Bruce,
when- like-
Bruce don't wait, bro. He just goes in for the kiss.
right? Like, and it's funny,
He
like,
just moves on her like a bitch.
fucking, like, when they come out into that balcony and she's, like, wearing nothing but his t-shirt and the
Yeah.
shirt's, like, flapping. And,
Yeah, bro.
and, like, you
Fuck
could
yeah,
almost
dude.
see her booty and shit. And
Well,
I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
I
like,
love
you know,
that shit.
Bruce got the bad bitches, you know?
Or like when she's talking to him at his house and Alfred walks out for like 2 minutes, comes back with a tray of drinks, and they're like making out on the ground, and he's like, ugh.
my boy don't wait, bro.
by
He
the
just
way-
goes for it.
Alfred's level of sass,
Love it.
mwah,
Beautiful.
like fucking
He just
beautiful.
takes him down a level every time, and like he needs it. Like
Gotta keep
it's
him
like
in check.
it's like a loving notch of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, come back down to reality.
Well, and like at the same time, he's like trying to keep him honest and like, well, I mean, your parents would have wanted you to be happy. Like, you know, he's still trying to be like, get
The voice
married,
of reason.
get married,
Yeah,
go
bro.
have kids, like fucking
I fucking love that aspect of this movie.
yeah.
Like, the Phantom is cool and like, what is it?
Phantasm.
Yeah.
It's the Phantasm, but what do they call it in the?
Nothing. The Phantasm is never mentioned by name in this
No.
movie.
Okay, so it's the that guy.
Bat.
Yeah, they keep confusing him for Batman.
Yeah. It's very dialogue heavy and very story heavy. Batman is kind of not really in it that much. It's more Bruce Wayne. Like,
Yeah.
I love how personal of a story it is with Bruce Wayne. I love that, like, this very easily could have happened, right? It's very believable that, like, Bruce would have had this, you know, and it pulls from I don't know what came first, this or you know, the Peter Parker Mary Jane tension where,
Oh, gotcha.
like, I can't be with you because they'll use it as a
Right.
weakness, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, if you really liked this story, pick up Batman Year 1 and Batman Year 2. These are the main stories that this movie was adapted from.
Well, and I was going to say, because, like, I mean, obviously the flashbacks are fully fledged, fully realized Batman. But, like, I was going to ask, like, when the current time settings were. Like,
Right,
but
right.
okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's all been
Like, I figured he was still reasonably fresh.
Yeah.
but-
I mean, these are very conflicting emotions to go through in a child's movie. It's very crazy. Like, you know, I wasn't expecting to be happy. I wasn't planning on this. Like, that's some deep shit, dude.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And at the same time, there's the subtext of, like, they didn't ask you to do this. You took this on yourself.
Right, like you made
Fucking
this about.
psychopath.
Yeah, like,
Nobody asked.
yeah, no one was like, hey, could you fucking spend the rest of your life avenging our deaths by
Right.
beating up bad guys?
Right.
No one asked you to do that.
This was a vow with no reciprocation whatsoever. Like, you made this vow to your dead parents.
And I
like,
love the similarities between him and Andrea.
Yeah.
Where it's like vengeance has taken her as well. And I love that she fucking throws it back in his face every time. Like, oh, you would know, wouldn't you?
yeah,
That,
right.
That starts off too when he goes to see his parents' grave and she's talking to her mom like
Right.
at the grave and he's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you were talking to your mom. He's like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
fuck,
know,
that's right.
man. I really love Andrea too. Like, I think she's a great character. I love how she, like,
Yeah.
ping pong bounces back and forth between, you know, just the dialogue between her and Bruce. Like, that chemistry is very real.
Yep.
You know,
and we even get a glimpse of who the Joker could have been in this movie.
Yo, so
Yeah.
that shit actually made me double take, because when he puts it together and he draws a little smile on his face, I was like, oh, yo, that is the Joker. Like, so that means that
Well, he has the same nose
Yeah,
and every.
so that was another one that I saw. I was like, that looks a lot like the
I
Joker.
didn't put that together, but I was
It's
like,
because you were high. I'm just kidding.
well, I was also thinking, I was like, oh, okay, that's so. I was trying to piece together the timeline, right? Because we know what we know from, like, Killing Joke and all that. Like, trying to piece together, like, oh, okay, so he went crazy and then he joined the mafia, or, you know, like, before he became the Joker.
I mean,
basically.
I feel like even at that point, he already had plans and ideas of what he was trying to do. I think
But he just
I think the
wasn't
mob
Joker yet.
thing was just sort of a stepping stone and, like, making connections and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Plus, there's a few different like origin
Right.
stories for
Well,
the Joker.
And what's also cool about it though is, like,
And one of
we
them was
hear
mob ties.
we hear everyone's name
Yeah.
except for his.
Yeah.
Like, no one ever mentions who that person is by name.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, originally, like, he was just the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't have a name, he didn't have a backstory, and then they gave him the backstory of him, you know, falling into the vat of chemicals at the chemical plant. And, you know, there's a backstory where, you know, Harley fell in with him, and that's why they both look like that. But, yeah, it's like there's nothing ever, like, that's cemented in...
Man, Mark Hamill, fucking him, bro.
Yeah.
He's
I
him.
mean-
Don't fuck with him.
Killing it as always.
He is the
like,
fucking Joker, dog.
Yeah.
Every fucking line is just shivering. It's fucking so good. And that laugh, that
Right.
fucking laugh, dude.
I have when we went to see his panel at Comic-Con, which was held in the fucking arena, Vivint Arena, because so many people showed up to it.
Yeah.
But I was just recording, like, I hit record every couple minutes, and I'm like, just please give us a fucking Joker, please.
Yeah.
And like right after I hit it, he like said something in. I don't think he laughed. I think you were like right next to me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he said something in the Joker's voice, and I was just like, oh, get away.
It was a really cool panel, though.
Yeah.
With that, let's hit the cast, right? Our late and great Kevin Conroy, may he rest in peace, is our Bruce Wayne in Batman.
Yeah.
He has lended his voice for Batman for the last 30 years. I mean,
man.
he's been in a few other things. He was Stryker in the Turbo movie.
He also, so little off topic, but not at the same time. I booted up Multiverses again the other day because they have Gizmo and Stripe in the game now, and Black Adam, and I had my announcer voice is set to Batman, and character selection screen comes up, and he just goes, "Who are you gonna choose?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, man."
Well, he was also in the CW crossovers.
Right, he was.
Well, one of them.
Well, he was in the I don't know if it was the latest or the one before it, but that's the first time Kevin Conroy has played Bruce Wayne, Batman in person.
In real life.
Live action, yeah.
My favorite thing that I've seen him in, though, is a little lesser known Kevin Smith movie called Yoga Hose.
Yes, he was Canadian Batman.
He was, I don't know if he was like Batman, but he had a cameo with another guy in it. And like somebody was like, they were like giving him shit. Like he was trying to buy cigarettes and they were like not selling him cigarettes or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's just like, this is stupid. And he looks at the guy with him. He's like, let's go, Robin.
Yeah,
And I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
so in the movie, he's credited as Canadian Bat, man.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the GOAT. The whole reason we're doing this episode for him, right? Dana Delaney, who plays Andrea Beaumont, she is best known for China Beach, Josephine in Tombstone, and Catherine in Desperate Housewives.
like Val Kilmer Tombstone?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that movie.
What was her name in Tombstone?
Josephine.
Josefina.
I mean, she must have been like one of the wives of
Yeah,
the main character.
probably. Hart Bachner as Arthur Reeves. He was Ellis in Die Hard, Ethan in the 1984 Supergirl movie, Sam Bauer in Criminal Minds.
He was a great character, too.
Yeah. The voice of the Phantasm was Stacy Keach.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
You know,
He was,
Escape from L.A., The Bourne Legacy.
was he Titus's dad on Titus?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he was his dad, and he's fucking great on that show.
Abe Vigoda as Salvatore Balestra. Sal Tescio in The Godfather. Otis in Good Burger. Of course, reprises his role as Tescio in Godfather Part 2.
Another goat.
Yeah, literally another goated actor.
Abe Vigoda.
Dick Miller as Chucky Saul. He was the pawn shop guy in the first Terminator movie. One of the garbage men in The Burbs. We just did an episode on that.
Okay.
Mr. Futterman in Gremlins. Joe in the Small Soldiers movie.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred. Sam Hendricks in Wait Until Dark. He is Wilson in Hot Shots. And he's just lent his voice as Alfred in just a lot of the like DCAU movies.
Nice.
Justice League, Starcrossed, Justice League, Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman, Static Shock, the TV show. He was Alfred in one of the crossover
Oh my
episodes.
god, I remember that show.
He was actually Dr. Octopus in the 2000 Spider-Man animated TV show. Yeah, he big time. Mark Hamill, the GOAT. The Joker. Old Luke Skywalker, of course.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Same guy?
Same guy, bro. Same guy. But yeah, like this cast was
Who plays Commissioner Gordon?
Bob Hastings plays Commissioner Gordon.
Nice.
The Poseidon Adventure, McHale's Navy, the Judge in Mafia 2.
Okay. Okay.
What else is he in? Just a lot of the DCAU movies as well. Yeah, just a bunch of like older movies. Morty and Remington Steele. Taylor and the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, like this whole cast was fucking star-studded.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nuts to have to watch this movie with the knowledge that we aren't ever going to get another Batman, another Conroy Batman anyway.
Well, and the way that I try to justify death in my own head is that I'm like, look at the legacy that he's left behind.
Oh, yeah.
And look at like the hours and hours and hours of content of his voice, which young Conroy is very different from older Conroy, obviously. But like I kind of didn't recognize him at all in this movie. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, it's because this was like in the 90s. That was 30 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and like I said, like if you play multiverses, you can tell it's him, but you can tell it's like, okay, he's got some years on him.
A little calmer, a little slower.
Yeah.
And of course, how did he die? It was from cancer, right?
Cancer.
Yeah.
What kind of cancer do we know?
I'm not
The deadly
sure.
kind.
Bat cancer. Sorry, I had to.
It got him in the fangs.
It caught him in the
I thought it came from China.
Damn it. The Chinese virus. Huh?
Well, it was created by the American government in China.
Kung flu.
The Kung. That was my favorite name for it. Was the Kung flu.
Kung flu. Everybody was Kung flu fighting.
Yeah.
In 2020? Yeah, bro.
Intestinal cancer.
Jesus. Rough.
So like the worst of the worst ones.
Yeah, like really bad.
Jesus.
Just had chronic stomach issues his whole life.
Yeah. But from there we go to fun trivia. Shout out to IMDb for all of the fun trivia that they provide. One scene depicts Bruce Wayne and at his parents' tombstone saying, "I didn't count on being happy." According to writer Michael Reeves, the scene was to be a pivotal moment in Bruce's tragic life as he denies himself the opportunity to live a normal life. Reeves also said when Bruce puts on the mask for the first time and Alfred says, "My God," he's reacting in horror because he's watching this man he's helped raise from childhood. This man who has let the desire for vengeance and retribution consume his life, at last embrace the unspeakable.
I fucking loved that scene, dude.
It was so good. Like that shit gave me chills.
When the Joker shoots the robots in the World's Fair, the sound of them winding down is the sound of the Millennium Falcon winding down from Star Wars.
I did
What?
From
I'm gonna-
episode 5.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go home and watch it.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour, 16 minutes.
Yeah. The end credits song, "I Never Even Told You," is a rare singing performance from Tia Carrere.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought that was weird. Like at the end of the movie, all of a sudden we've got a sweet, sensitive Kenny G sax solo going
it was
on.
so 90s it fucking hurt.
Oh, I know. I was like,
loved
what the fuck is going on here?
You know what also does that is the ending of Symphony of the Night, that Castlevania game. It has like, it's a Castlevania game. And it ends with the credits as like this beautiful sax solo. It's very strange.
Like, and it was like a little sensual too. I was like,
Right?
whoa,
Like-
what's a. What?
Yeah,
90s. The
I just
90s.
remember
I mean,
the
that's kind of
90s,
funny that
man.
it's Tia Carrera though. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Man, remember Tia Carrera?
Yeah, I remember Tia. Oh, I remember Tia Carrere, bro.
remember.
Like
Oh, I remember.
Wayne's World movie. Just that alone.
Worthy.
Like God.
The computer-generated version of Gotham City seen in the opening credits was originally designed to be used in the Batman animated series.
Nice.
The purpose was to create a virtual set, quote unquote, to replace hand-painted backgrounds and help speed up the production of the series.
Bad idea, but
It was never used.
It was a risk, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm glad they used it because it's still cool. And there was no way for them to know the future that every fucking thing was going to be taken over by.
Well, I mean,
Right.
and the other way to look at it is like it was a movie. They were probably like, we should kick it up a notch. Like
The higher budget.
This is a movie that we're making.
Well, I would say that the animation in this movie is way better than stuff that we see in the animated series just because of budget. It's the same thing you see like with like anime movies are way better animated because there's a way bigger budget basically.
Yeah.
Late in production, Warner Brothers decided to make the movie a theatrical release instead of originally intended direct-to-video feature. While the animators were thrilled and extremely grateful for this decision, this left them with less than a year of production time and scrambling to convert the aspect ratio to widescreen.
Oh, yikes.
Right? Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that seems like an upper management thing. Like, the budget makes it seem like this is a movie theater movie.
Well, I bet they were just like, this is gonna do gangbusters. We should put fuck direct to video.
Yeah. This is my favorite piece of trivia for this movie. When they reviewed this film for their show, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert both said they regretted not seeing it in its theatrical release.
No way, really?
Siskel in particular liked the film and compared it favorably to the other Batman films, Batman Returns and Batman Forever.
That's hilarious because it's way fucking better than
Right?
this.
Yeah.
Way better.
But back in the day, you know what I mean? You had these two men, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. Siskel and Ebert, if their word was bond. Like if they said the movie was good, you went to go watch it.
And I mean, on top of that, there was a built-in bias in all of media against
animation.
anything that's on TV. Movies are where it's at. TV is where people go who are failing.
Yeah.
Right.
Let alone cartoons. Yeah. Even worse.
Yeah.
So that's fucking crazy that they actually went out of their way to be like, we done fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because there's an undeniable level of quality in this movie. It's eking fucking quality everywhere, from the fucking music, which I'm going to get into the music here in a minute, but the level of animation, level of
the story, the writing,
the cinematography, it's all fucking there. It is all there from a top tier movie.
I'm gonna pretend that a while ago you didn't disrespect my Keaton.
Keaton,
So
Keaton's a great Batman, but let's be real here.
but
The Tim Burton movies are great, but they're great for their own reason. They're great adaptations of Batman, in my opinion, but
they wouldn't have much of an animated series if not for those movies.
I get that.
Well, and
I see what you're saying.
without those, I don't think they'd have kept making Batman movies.
Yep.
Oh, I get it.
The other point I was gonna cross over was with the animation and with the whole Marvel and DC thing. DC has fantastic animated movies. They have the animated movies and they have the TV shows.
What they're known for at this point.
So and I don't think they were doing much of anything besides Batman, in the early 90s.
Batman and Superman,
Yeah.
and a bit of Justice League.
Another fun little piece that I really liked was that Citizen Kane served as an influence for the flashbacks, a story about loss and the passage of time.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. Yeah.
Dana Delaney's voice performance in the film impressed the filmmakers, leading to her casting as Lois Lane in Superman the Animated Series.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she killed it, so it definitely makes sense.
The opening theme contains an in-joke the choral chanting consists of the names of the orchestrators: Lolita Ritmanis, Michael McCuistion. Damn, that's a last name for sure, because it's spelled McCuistion. And Peter Tomaszek, among others, sung backwards. It's all of their names sung backwards.
That's
If
hilarious.
you can't pronounce that one guy's name forward, how the fuck are you going to pronounce it?
Right. I mean, maybe it'd be easier.
So wait a minute, the opening theme, so like the Latin that they're singing?
Yeah.
Really?
It's really just their names backwards.
That's funny.
I was wondering why most of that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was gonna get a Latin
Wait a minute,
check.
this isn't Latin.
I was gonna get a Latin check from Professor. I'm obsessed with the music in this movie. I think it's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's so Batman and theatric and
I mean,
dramatic and
that
fucking
final
awesome.
that final song during the credits was weird, but everything else was fucking
Bro,
amazing.
So you said that your favorite part, and I know you were joking, was the
Well,
N word, but
I wasn't actually joking because I legitimately thought until you guys said she said the M word, that's what she said.
yeah,
I even went back and listened to it again.
very funny. My favorite part of the movie is basically the ending 20 minutes. I fucking love everything that happens in the amusement park and
The amusement park was great.
the fight on the jetpack I thought was great,
Oh,
beautifully
yeah.
animated, and I love that like Joker's whole fucking demeanor changes when Batman is like really inconveniencing him, so it's like his true colors are starting to show. I love that
damn
shit.
it.
I loved the fight with Batman and Joker at that end part when Batman punches him in the face and you get the animation of the tooth flying through the air. I was like, oh, blood. You know, as a kid, I was like, oh, you know, and when he's getting chased down by the fucking cops and he gets blown up, and he's got like blood coming off of his head.
I love the sawhorse.
Yeah.
Like, that was so fucking
That's
great.
fucking dope, dude.
It was so great.
I asked Cole, I was like, what is that called? And he's like, what? And I was like, that thing that he put the cape on, and he's like, I don't know. And I was like, it's a sawhorse.
My favorite shot of the whole movie is when the park is blowing up, like all the bombs are going off, and Andrea's got Joker by the cuff, and he's like laying, you know, he's just like, oh, you know, you've got me, and the bombs start going off. And like right next to them, the Latin just starts fucking screaming at you. It's like, ha, 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 ha. And the fucking Joker is just laughing hysterically. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's my favorite scene of any fucking Batman piece of media ever. It's so fucking cool, dude.
Like, one of my favorite things that's not really like a focal point, like in terms of story or anything like that.
Yeah.
Is just anytime Joker is doing like anytime Joker is doing what he, like, his approximation of what he thinks normal behavior is.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when he's, you know, when he's got that salami and he's talking to,
Honey,
you know,
I'm home.
Like, I just think that's so great. I mean, it's direct yet subtle in kind of highlighting just how
Detached,
how little he understands of normal humanity and human behavior.
And I love the little clues and subtext of like, he's been here for like a while, dude. He's had to like been living in this fucking abandoned amusement park, because like how else would he have placed all the fucking explosives underneath the, you know, like it's
and rigged the robot woman to attack and kill people, you know, like he's been there doing things, fiddling around with shit for a long time.
It's like really smart world building and writing, because it's like the mob of Valestra, like he knew where to go to find him, so it's like of course he probably was like trying to find information on where to find him, and he's like, oh, we saw him skulking around in the abandoned amusement park. Like, it's all very believable and very well done. It's like enthralled. It totally captured the entire movie. Big stupid smile on my face.
With that, let's head to our favorite parts of the movie. Cole, you shared yours.
Yep.
Derek?
Oh, geez. I mean, I loved that scene too. Just the amusement park exploding, and I think kind of too, one of my favorite things about that part was the fact that Batman didn't survive by any cunning or physical prowess of his own or anything. It was sheer dumb fucking luck.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's just very green still.
Yeah.
And
he just happened to fall into the sewer system or the water or whatever system.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was really good to, like, Batman isn't always
He got his
on top
fucking
of everything.
ass
Yeah,
kicked, bro.
like-
yeah, oh yeah.
That's what happens when you fall for a woman.
But I also, like, another thing that I love about that part, though, was that Batman was 100% willing to sacrifice himself to end the Joker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, he still wasn't going to kill him himself, but he was sure going to keep him where all this explosive action was going on and make sure if I'm not getting out, neither is he.
Yeah.
I love how much he just fucks with Batman. He's he's like just running away, like skipping away after he just got done telling him that like whole place is gonna blow up, and he's like, dee, dee, dee. It's very funny. I adore this version of Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Nick?
Well, besides the
M word,
my laughing at that other part, probably I'm just gonna have to go with the fight with the Joker, because this is prime Batman and Joker. We're not watching like a stupid fucking Jared Leto Joker,
Right?
the two best that have ever been in this role are going head to head.
And anytime that happens, it's always going to be it for me.
Oh yeah.
Cool. My favorite part isn't really like a favorite, but it was the one that, like, when I was a kid, stood out to me the most. It gave me like the biggest ick. And it was when the Joker catches Arthur in his office and he hits him with the gas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're trying to subdue him on the fucking
because he's laughing so hard. Yes, bro.
but you can see him like struggling.
Like, it's excruciating.
Right, like it's hurting him, and you can tell that even though he's laughing, you see the tears, you see him wincing and grimacing.
Well, and they don't exactly say it, but like, if he doesn't calm down, he's not going to survive.
Yeah, like he's gonna die, and I feel like that part, like, not just like visually, animation wise, just how it was put together. I like that was the first time I ever remember noticing a scene for what it was. And so yeah, that's my
one thing to piggyback off of you, because I wanted to bring this up. This has some very convincingly scary parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, there are some really actually kind of spooky parts in this movie.
Spooky farts.
Like the Salva Lestra, your angel of death awaits. Like, I thought that shit was so fucking cool back in the day, bro.
If you pay attention, like, things do give it away that Andrea is the Phantasm.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like, you know how in like the beginning, she like judo throws him.
Yeah, okay.
She does that exact same judo throw as the Phantasm when they fight. But
yeah, you just weren't paying attention.
There's plenty of foreshadowing.
There is another. I just realized this. There's another fun piece of Batman trivia, and this doesn't just go for Mask of the Phantasm, but it goes for like the span of animated Batman. But Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill would record their voice lines as if they were talking to each other, like in the same room.
Oh,
and
dope.
if one of them wasn't available, then they wouldn't record.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Angela, what was your favorite part?
So, I really loved the very 90s music towards the end.
Yeah.
And, it reminded me, not the music, but the movie itself, reminded me of a TikTok that I saw a couple days ago, where American animation was just like at like absolute peak in the late 90s, early thousands, because like movies like the DreamWorks Road to El Dorado, all of the animated DreamWorks movies, all of the animated Warner Brothers, and then they just stopped using all of those like resources. They were just like, we're gonna go on to CGI and live action movies and stuff from here on out, and it made me appreciate the art and the artists a lot more, and so I really enjoyed that.
Oh yeah,
Dude, animated series Batman is something fucking special.
yeah. I mean, holy shit. You know, like these were cartoons that I grew up with. You know, like these cartoons, like the Batman animated series. You know, fucking
Superman.
yeah. You know, these are all like when I think back on my childhood, like these things come to mind. And,
Yeah.
like knowing, like, you know, it was a genuine hurt when we lost Kevin Conroy, because it's part of, I feel like it's part of my childhood dying, you know?
Oh yeah.
No, I totally, I know what you mean. It's a unique pain, because it's like, oh, you never knew the guy.
Yeah.
You've heard him your whole fucking life.
Yeah, like you'll never mistake.
Yeah,
his
I mean,
voice.
you connect with those stories and that time in your life, like you know, even if you don't know them personally, like what they did is so meaningful to you. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's so heavy.
It fucking sucks, and it sucks that he died so young, and it's very tragic. And you know, as much as it is that we have to just say, you know, life goes on,
Yeah,
shit happens, people die, you know, unfortunately, fellas, this is what is going to happen for the rest of our lives.
Right.
We are just going to slowly lose our heroes one by one.
our icons will die.
And to be fair, it's going to get a little less, you know, it's going to get a little easier every time, I would say.
Right.
And some are going to hurt a lot more than others.
Right.
You know, but Kevin Conroy was the one that, like, everyone felt, I would say. Because, you know, Batman's been a huge fucking deal. And if you were, like, if you started watching, like, the live action films and then made your way to the animation or whatever, somehow, some way, if you were a Batman fan, you knew about Kevin Conroy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With that, let's go to our ratings. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Derek?
I mean, I would just go 5. Yeah.
Nick?
Hard 5.
Same here. 5 out of 5. This movie is a animated masterpiece. Like when you think of movies as art, for me, this is one of those movies. Writing was immaculate. Music was phenomenal. Animation style was perfect. I mean, to me, this movie is the personification of what a Batman is, the things that he goes through, and who he is as Bruce Wayne.
I would agree. This movie's incredibly special to me. I'm very glad I own it now on digital, so I can just watch it whenever I want. It is probably the most hard, erect 5 I can give.
Angela, how many batarangs?
I give it a exceptionally well lit bat signal on a starry night.
Very well. Very, very well. So that is it. That is our review of Batman Mask of the Phantasm. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcore Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcourtpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search the Nerd Corporation and look out for our green Nerd Corp logo.
If you love us and want to support what we do, consider subscribing on Patreon, patreon.com/NerdCourt Podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. We'd love to thank our Nerd Corporate backers, Glenn the Simp, Fillmore McLaurin, and Jake Hurst, and our Nerd Financial investors, Kim Nichols and Dallin Gilbert.
Thank you, Fillmore. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Dallin. Thank you, Mom.
Port.
If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/NerdCourt-podcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. So, from all of us here at the Nerd Corporation, firstly, rest in peace. Kevin Conroy, you will be sorely missed. But from all of us here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. And keep it nerdy, y'all.